here. There's a steal. Zador Phillips to the rim. Slams it home. From the slot. And Rickles ends it in overtime.
Is back. The hand up to Bugs, and he is spinning, and he's stopped at the goal line. Centennial wins it.
Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Sports Den All Wrap. We're going to take this sport by sport, one step at a time. And we're going to start things off. Well, first of all, I'm Kenton. Got JW here.
Hello, everybody. Got that out of the way.
Yeah. So instead of late morning shows, or late evening shows, we're going to maybe do some morning shows, which means maybe Ricky doesn't wake up on time.
Wow. The bus went right by. Ricky does it.
Yeah. Maybe he shows up to the next one. We'll see. All right. So, we've got pajamas. We're surrounded by our animals that love us, and we're ready to talk sports. So girls tennis, like a lot of sports, especially this season, the information's a little bit hard to come by, but we'll give you what we know, starting with the team that we have the most information from that has been responded to us. JW, you've got some info on our Blaine Bengals.
Yeah, big shout out, Coach Jeff Fedor, getting this over to us. The Bengals ended up this season at 7-7. Obviously, they got to play earlier in the fall. They were 6-5 in conference play. So right there, even Steven got that winning record in conference play, which is big for them. Getting these meets in. Grace Troy was an all-conference selection, so a big shout-out to her for Bengal tennis. Emma Miller and Evelyn Scheibe, they both earned all-conference honorable mention selections, so good job to them. And then Jillian Salisbury was an academic all-state selection from the Minnesota Tennis Coaches Association because, as you know, Kenton, these aren't just athletes, these are student athletes. And obviously a strong win for her there with the academic all-state. Took a loss in the very first round of the section tournament, bounced back, got a win against St. Francis, and then lost their third match in section play to Forest Lake. That one was real close, 4-3, the final there out of the 7 matches, 5-2 in the first loss, and they beat St. Francis 7-0. So some good results, and obviously, those individual accolades were there, and they were happy to be able to get that season underway and play some tennis.
Absolutely, and you brought that up, and that's a theme that I got from a lot of athletes in a lot of sports, specifically, with girls tennis when talking with them, how happy they were that they were able to get anything of a season in, because normally they would spend that summer preparing for the fall season and being in tournaments and camps and all that stuff, and they didn't have that. So they didn't even know there was going to be a fall season. All of a sudden, boom, you can play. And so just the appreciation that they had just going in, following protocols that they needed to, and just being happy to be there and get the practices and the matches in. So they were pretty excited for that. And I did get the opportunity to talk to some of our girls tennis athletes, and we'll talk with a junior for Blaine, who was part of a doubles team for the Bengals, in Evelyn Scheibe. All right, Evelyn Scheibe of Blaine Girls Tennis. Welcome to STQ Sports Den Quarantine. How you doing, Evelyn?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for letting me join this.
Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being on a show where I can stay in my basement and do interviews. So that's, everybody wins, but no one has to leave the house. So we're just going to talk about your season this year. Evelyn, you're a junior, and this summer we didn't know if there was going to be a season. And so tell me what the thought process was like as you guys come close to the season, and then as the season begins and moving through the season, obviously things had to be done quite differently, but your take on how the season went for you guys.
Yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking if we were gonna have a season or not. When we did find out we had a season, I think everyone was pretty ecstatic, but we're also a little kind of unprepared because the summer season for tennis also didn't look the same, and we were just kind of wondering how it was all going to go, what was going to happen, but it truly became a blessing that we were going to have our season, and I think it overall went pretty great.
Now, for you personally, and since you play first doubles, your teammate as well, first of all, tell us who you were paired up with mostly this season and how the year went for you guys.
I was paired up with Emma Miller. She's also a junior, and the season went great. We had never played before, so it took us a little bit to kind of connect with the chemistry, but I think when we were comfortable working with each other on the courts and off the courts, the season just it flowed nicely because we had that chemistry, so it went really well.
So you guys were able to kind of get used to playing with each other. You're both juniors, so I guess the thought is that you guys could become, a tandem next year with a year under your belts. Tell us, do you plan on, continuing with doubles play, and what do you think your guys' prospects would be as far as your doubles team into next year?
I do believe that I'm gonna play doubles next year. The hope is that me and Emma continue to be one doubles next year, or any doubles, just as long as we're together, because it took a while for both of us to kind of connect, and once it connected, I think that both of our levels together worked greatly, and I think next year, whatever it brings, it'll be great, but I do see myself playing doubles next year, whether it looks like this or that.
All right, so things finally started clicking. Tell me, what about Emma, whether it's her tennis game or her personality, that ended up being a good fit for you?
What ended up being a good fit was both of our skills and our chemistry off courts. We were already friends before we were doubles partners, which made it a little easier. We both have different strengths at different assets that I think when we worked together, it kind of pulled everything together because we just both had such different skills that it kind of balanced out in a sense. And I think that brought a good balance to the team.
Tell us about the season you guys had as a team.
The season we had was a little rocky at first because I think everybody was a little unprepared. I don't think a lot of the girls thought we were going to have a season, but we did end up having a season, and it was a blessing. There is a lot of junior girls on the varsity this year, and so I think that having the season kind of brought us as a team together, and just knowing that whatever happened on the courts, that we'd always have each other as a backup, and just to, know that you have someone in your corner. So I think that kind of brought people's courage up on the courts, and knowing that they're gonna be doing their best because we have each other's backs.
Great. For a tennis team, you could say, "I got your baseline." So there's that. You can use that if you want, especially in the doubles. All right. So speaking of lots of juniors, you guys ended up getting some good experience, and it was harder with fewer practices and everything leading up to that. But assuming a lot of you guys return next year and can play, tell us how the season kind of outlook is for you guys next year.
I think next year we'll be a lot more improved as a team and individuals. I think next year, if however things go since then, that we'll all just come back more prepared for what our challenges are going to be and how our season's going to look, whether it's through COVID cautions or other team skills. I think we're going to come back a lot stronger together, and I think it'll be really good.
So tell me a highlight for you personally this year.
A highlight for me personally was getting to know my age group better. Last year I was also on varsity, and there were only a few other juniors on varsity, so I was kind of with the older girls. I didn't really know my age well that well. So this year I think just having the other girls my age, it kind of was a blessing because I really didn't connect with a lot of them, and I was really glad that it just all worked out.
Any favorite memories that stick out?
Um, I think just team bonding. Any of our team bondings, we couldn't do a lot, but we did go to a drive-in. We all drove separately, and we kind of just hung out. But we were able to be together outside of tennis, and we were able to connect off the courts, and we were able to do it safely. And I think that was just a great experience because we got to know each other a lot more, and it was more in the beginning of the season, so we after that just kind of connected a lot more, and it was really well. It was great.
Looking ahead to next year and the kind of experience that you've had, and you've played on this team already for a couple of years, any advice you would give to a younger player that will be having their first year on varsity next year?
To not be afraid. I remember I was a freshman, and I thought the seniors and juniors were so intimidating. I was scared out of my mind. But no, it was really scary, but none of us are like gonna reject you in any way. So I say just be confident, be who you are, because I'm hoping that next year I can connect with everyone a lot more than I could this year. And I just hope that we come together even more, and just that the freshmen know that they are welcome on and off the courts.
Great, that is really good. All right. Anything else that you want to say about the season, or your teammates, or anything you have to add?
No, I think with COVID that it definitely brought a lot of spirits for all. I think everybody took the precautions very well, and that we all obeyed the restrictions even if we didn't want to. And I think that the team doing that, I was proud of them, because even if they didn't like it, they still did it. They knew that it would be very beneficial, and it would be not smart if they didn't. And we still found a way to have fun with the cautions. So I'm just proud of my team that way. Yeah.
Good, that's awesome. And kudos to you and your team for finding a way to get the job done on the court and playing by the rules and being safe about it. So thank you, Evelyn, for coming on the show. And good luck to you the rest of this school year. I didn't ask if you played any other sports.
I do. I play lacrosse.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Looking forward to a spring season next year. Hoping, falling for you, and all the spring sports next year. So we can look forward to that. All right. Thank you for coming on, and have a great one.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Evelyn. And so there were several seniors on the team for leadership, a lot of juniors to look forward to. Just quick running through the roster that they had. For singles, they had Molly Garber, Grace Troy, Brooke Freeland, and Jillian Salisbury. And then doubles, the duo of Allison Terry and Grace Hulseth, Evelyn Scheibe, and of course Emma Miller, and then Claire Merck with Kirsten Stitcha. Hopefully that they can use that towards next year and get the experience that they were able to get. And then for Spring Lake Park, just quick running through their lineup. It was Sophia Nelson, Lynn Wynn, Trinity Fries, and Zoe Nelson for singles, and then doubles, Olivia Busak, Alexa Nelson, Carissa Roell, Jenna Nusbaum, and and then Kerry Jackson and Taylor Hinkle for Spring Lake Park. And one of those doubles teams, I got to speak to both of them with Carissa and Jenna. Welcome, Carissa and Jenna, and of Spring Lake Park Girls Tennis. So we'll start with Carissa. Tell us about this season, how it went for you and your doubles team and the Panthers team overall.
All right, for the Panthers team overall, we didn't have that great of a season. Like, it was really fun just to get out, and we're lucky that we even got to play. But our record, it wasn't that great. Hopefully next year's is better. For me and Jenna as a doubles team, we did well. We had a winning record and we played good. We the people we played, we had some good competition and it was really fun.
I think overall our team did pretty well. I know we didn't have the best record, but I think we peaked at the end of the season, which is most important because we ended up winning 3 matches in sections. And it was good to see other players step into their roles and help to see our team win. And then for me and Carissa, I think we did pretty well because we had a winning record overall and we ended up beating some of the bigger teams in our conference, which I think was a good thing to see.
I am one of the captains for next year. And this year I was the junior captain, so I'm just looking forward to be able to go further into my leadership role there and just kind of be one of the bigger leaders on the team, whereas this year I was just kind of there to learn and learn from the other captains and just kind of sit back more. So I'm excited to be able to take that role and try and make the team better and improve because of it.
I think it's important for me to lead by my actions because although I'm not a captain next year, I think I can still be a strong leader for the younger girls to look up to and want to be like.
Next year, I'm really just looking forward to have a good tennis season and just have a good time with the team and have fun, but also try and be competitive and do good.
I think we just need to carry the momentum we have right now into next year. And like Carissa said, we can take the first doubles spot, hopefully, and continue our success next year.
So this year, we had 2 seniors at the first doubles position. And I'm hoping that next year that we will be able to take that position. And since we had a decent amount of success this year, we're just kind of hoping to build off of that and play higher and keep that same amount of success.
I'm looking forward to my last year of tennis and playing together with Carissa again because we've known each other for a while and I think it's just going to be really fun to finish out our tennis career together. And hopefully we'll be successful this year and maybe get all conference or another award again next year.
As a doubles pair, Carissa, tell us your favorite part of playing with Jenna.
My favorite part is that she's always very positive and she just is a great person to play with because if I'm mad at myself for messing up or something, she's always there to pick me up and be like, oh, that's okay, you're doing fine, you're doing good. And if I'm having a bad day, she's there to do good and have a good day. And if she's having a bad day, then I'm there to pick her up too. So it's just really nice.
Great. Jenna, what's your least favorite thing? I'm just kidding. Jenna, what's your favorite part of playing with Carissa?
My favorite part is probably just because we've known each other for so long, our communication is strong, which makes us a strong team. And I think that's the best thing because, we pick each other up and we know say or do to make the other one happier or more positive and confident.
Looking at next year, any things that you want to say to your teammates for next year?
Try hard and I hope that we have a great season because this year we ended up being section consolation. We won the section consolation. So let's just take that energy and bring it into next season.
Yeah, like what Carissa said, and I hope we just have another strong season, and hopefully we'll have individual sections next year so that some of us can perform in those as well as team sections.
Perfect. All right. I don't know if you guys want to, normally we end with a Go Panthers or something like that. I don't know if you guys have a little chant or a cheer that you guys have as a team or as a doubles team. Otherwise, we could just go with a standard Go Panthers. Do you guys have anything?
We can just do the Go Panthers
probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just do it. All right, 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Go Panthers!
Go Panthers!
That wasn't even
All right.
together, but go Panthers!
Go Bears!
That didn't work.
What was that?
Go Panthers!
Nailed it.
What?
Yeah, that was perfect. Yeah, you
Oh,
guys
really?
nailed it. That was perfect. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like laggy
Yeah, it
for me.
sounded super fun.
Go Panthers!
All right, thanks once again to Carissa, Jenna, and Evelyn. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get any of the information on Centennial when seeking that information. But a great season for our teams, and just happy to be able to get out there and play. And so that should pretty much wrap up our girls tennis sports info wrap.
Congrats to all of them. Like you said, and I think that's an excellent point. They're like everybody else, right? Their next thing to maybe try and look forward to is finding that normalcy outside of the high school team, because tennis, as you mentioned, for a lot of the players, like players who play club volleyball and all those types of things, it's more than about just the fall season. There's a lot of other ancillary things they want to get back to, and so hopefully that's what comes next for them when they get that chance to. They'll get a little normalcy even before we see them next fall.
All right, congrats to all of our girls tennis athletes this year, and good luck to you as you move forward with schooling and future tennis, whatever's ahead of you. Thank you for that, and thank you for watching our girls tennis wrap-up show, and we will see you very soon with some more episodes.
Now we wrap.
Wrap it up.